Have you ever bought anything and then totally forgot about it? That's how we ended up at this point, building this raised garden bed, because I ordered strawberries several months ago and then totally forgot about them. But I got an email, said they're gonna be here soon, so we gotta get to building. Just a quick tip before we start cutting. If you'll take your cords and you'll take them and loop them in a knot just like that, then plug them in. As you're dragging your hose around, they won't come unplugged. So the first thing we got to do is we got to mark these boards at 1 3/4 and 2.5. We're going to pop our chalk lines, start ripping everything down. We're going to rip 2 boards for the legs, and then we're going to rip a bunch of boards at 2.5 inches for all the trim that's going to be going around the outside and the trim that's going to be going on top. After we get everything ripped down, here we're going to be sanding everything down with a 120 grit, just kind of giving it a light sand just to knock the rough stuff off, get it ready for paint. As you can see in the next frame here, we're going to have just a ton of strips that we sanded down. Now we got to get our legs cut to length. I'm cutting 2 boards at once to make them all even and don't have to worry about them later on. So we're just going to apply a bead of glue, and then we're going to shoot it with some 2-inch brad nails just to hold it in place until the glue dries. After we get this first one done, we're just going to repeat the process for the other 3 legs until we get everything nailed together. So this is a good example of what not to do. Luckily I caught myself before I used the nail gun right there. You just don't want to get a nail in your finger. Now we're going to get these strips laid out and get ready to start painting all these strips black, and we'll go back and cut them to length later. I'm just going to be using some regular old spray paint. However, I wish that I would have used some different paint because this did not work out very well. Wish I would have used some kind of roll-on paint. So if you've never used this Ready Seal product, it's a pretty great product. You just basically just brush it on and leave it. You don't have to wipe anything off. It doesn't leave any run marks on your wood. Really a great product. I'll leave a link in the description for you if you want to buy it. Comes in many different colors. So after we get everything stained, we're going to start assembly on our side panel, which is going to be the short side here, as you can see in the photo for reference. So we're just going to start by putting down some glue. We're going to be using Titebond 3, and then we're just going to nail it into place, which in hindsight, I should have went ahead and screwed it, as you'll see coming up when everything pretty much falls apart. So to install the bottom support, I just took a 1x4 treated and ripped it down, and we're just going to be tacking it up there with just some glue and nails, and then we'll go back and screw everything in place on the end. I just had this left over from another project, but if you want to use fence board right here, you certainly can do so. It's not going to hurt anything. I just ran out of fence boards. So now is a great time to check everything for square. This way you have time to adjust it before you start inserting your bottom supports and they get all wonky on you. So we started inserting our bottom supports, and I believe the final cut on these was 22 5/8. However, you always need to measure to double check. And we're just going to get everything screwed into place. We're going to put 2 screws in each board, make sure everything's secured down very well, and then I also left a 1/4 inch gap in between each board to allow for some drainage. Y'all let me know if I need to be drilling some holes or something, because I have no idea. I've never done any planters or anything like that, so y'all let me know down in the comments. I need your help. Now we're going to be using the same 2.5 inch strips as we used on the sides, and we're just going to be nailing in each end, and then we'll connect the long pieces. And we're just going to get everything glued down really well, shoot a bunch of brad nails in it, and we're going to be using a 3/4 inch spacer block there just to kind of set our overhang, and it just makes everything super easy. So just finishing up the bottom of the planter here, just had to do a 2-inch piece just to kind of tidy everything up, and we're going to get that nailed into place. Then we're going to get our spray paint back out, and we're just going to kind of touch up on those ends just to kind of give everything a nice clean look. And here's some final shots of the finished planter box. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments. I'd really appreciate it if you take the time to leave a comment and let me know what you think. Guys, thanks for sticking around to watch me build this raised garden bed. I need y'all's help, all your gardening tips. Let me know what I need to be putting in this. Drop it down in the comments, because I have no clue. I'm not a gardener. I've never grew any vegetables before, but I would like to have all your tips and tricks that you can give me. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and watch one of our other videos. See y'all next time.